Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to IT Chat Reviewers. In this video, I kind of want to go over the iPhone 8 and who I think it's for and if I think you guys should buy it. So first, I'm just going to do just a general overview of the phone itself, introduce it to you guys in case you haven't seen. I'm sure most of you guys have seen this phone. It's been all over media coverage, but I'm going to give you my take on it. So here it is in this new gold color. It's kind of pinkish, kind of goldish. It's kind of a mixture between the rose gold and the gold that we had before, and now they just call it gold. So they wanted to simplify the lineup. That makes sense. I like the nice touches around the camera rings, but it basically looks like an iPhone 7, but it's obviously got the glass back, which a lot of people overlook. I keep overlooking it just because I have the jet black iPhone 7, so it already kind of looks like that. But let's take a look at it down here. You can see the front of it. It does not have the edge-to-edge display. It just looks like kind of a dated phone. They claim that the all-glass design is, the most durable glass ever put on a smartphone. Yeah, we'll see about that. Precision engineered to resist dust and water. Yeah, well, so are the other ones. These are IP67, not 68. But they will have wireless charging, which is cool. However, this is probably not the wireless charging that a lot of people were hoping for. This is only inductive wireless charging, which is just like every other smartphone, like Android phones that have it on the market right now. It's Qi wireless charging, or QI, however you want to say it. But that does mean that all those wireless charging pads will work with this, which is great. So you don't have to buy some special Apple charger. It's going to work the same on this one. Same with the iPhone X or iPhone 10, whatever. But yeah, so the glass back allows for this wireless charging, but there are reports that it's only going to charge at 7.5 watts instead of 15, which means it's going to be possibly pretty slow. So we'll have to see about that. But it does look pretty nice, like just setting your phone on a table and having it charge. A nice feature. Got the 4.7 inch and 5.5 inch displays just as the other phones. And honestly, there's not a whole lot that's changed on the outside. So if you're just looking at this, you might think that it's, an iPhone 7. It looks pretty much the same as the iPhone 7, which looks the same as the iPhone 6S, which looks the same as a 6. So it's basically a 7S. But there are some notable features. I like the new A11 Bionic chip, which is absolutely insane. Is very, very powerful. Going to blow every other phone out of the water. The iPhone 10 has this as well. So that's nice for sure. And the glass back, obviously wireless charging. New upgraded cameras, which is going to be nice. New Apple designed 3-core GPU, going to be nice. AR is going to be a big thing on these phones, especially the iPhone 10. And yeah, so a lot of wireless stuff here going on. And that's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, it's not such a huge overhaul. So who do I think this is for? Well, before we get into that, let's first take a look at the pre-orders here. So if you guys wanted to pre-order one of these right now, let's see if you still can. So let's go with, let's just do, these ones were honestly selling out quicker, the pluses. Let's just buy without a carrier because that's even more in demand. And let's do black because that's the highest demand. So this is probably, so it ships in 1 to 2 weeks. So that's actually not that bad, especially for a pre-order like this. So let's choose this pink color, which I thought would be a lot more popular. Okay, so these are actually starting to sell out. I checked these earlier and they were still in stock, but let's check the iPhone 8 in the space gray. And yep, these are all 1 to 2 weeks. So that's actually pretty surprising to me because I thought that some of them would still be available, but I guess not, at least for launch day. But you can still check availability for pickup at stores. Now, the 64 gigabyte and 256 gig, that's kind of a bad move on Apple's part. I think it should have been 128 and 256 or 128 and 512. I think that this 64 as the minimum is absolutely ridiculous. That is way too low. However, if you're looking for a phone that's somewhat cheap but brand new and has a lot of new specs, maybe you're coming from a 5S or something, the 64 gig variant might be good for you if you're kind of on a tight budget. $700 for a premium flagship phone is not terrible, and 64 gigs should be enough for the average person, assuming you back up your phone regularly, get all the photos off of it and stuff like that. And 256 would be for the heavy hitters, but again, this is an iPhone 8, so this is really geared towards the people that don't really need the greatest right now. So the iPhone 10 is going to be, top of the line, for high rollers that want to, put a lot of money into a really nice phone, that care about all of the little features and, the new OLED screen and everything like that. So, I mean, I think that's the main selling point of the iPhone 10, to be honest, is the screen. The display is so nice. But if you don't need that, the iPhone 8 is actually a really good solid option. I mean, it still has Touch ID, so a lot of people like that. So I don't know. The iPhone 8 is kind of it's in a weird position right now because it looks dated on the front. So it's kind of something that maybe older people would want, or people that really have to have Touch ID, or if you just don't have that much money but you really want a new phone. this one might be the one to go for. So it's hard for me to recommend the iPhone 8 to anyone other than, those demographics. Either you don't have much money, but you want best of the best, or almost best of the best, or you are old and just don't care, but you want something that's fast and probably pretty future-proof. I mean, this thing should last a while, maybe at least 2 years. But if you're someone who's, you got some money and you don't mind spending, over $1,000 on a phone, then the iPhone 10 might be for you. And I'll be making a follow-up video tonight or tomorrow. I'm putting that up, going over the iPhone 10 and whether I think you should buy it or not. So the iPhone 8, again, you've heard my roundup there, so you guys make the decision for yourselves. It's a solid phone nonetheless. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you guys are getting the iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, or iPhone 10, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.